Hello there everyone and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. We're playing as Serbia in World War One. The big thing last time around was that we actually created a vassal state and hopefully a buffer state against Russia in the form of Ukraine, or in this case, Ukraine. I think it was called something else last time around. But I think that was just when we started it, cultural differences. I think that what it was, Odessa, Ukraine, something like that. But that was just because that was the region we started them in, which is Odessa. The Russians has since gone ahead and blocked their port, but they have removed the troops, so I can no longer see the troops on the border. So they're blocking the trade, however they're only blocking the trade by sea. We can still trade by land. So my trade is unaffected, so we got trains going through here. They've moved up troops, so they're blocking this road in. And they're blocking this for some reason. I don't know why. They have... You know what I should do? What kind of technology do you have? Oh, you have no, actually? That would actually... They have a pretty good... I'm gonna give them just everything. They have a pretty good setup otherwise, in terms of what they've got. Because they've got a... What's it called? They've got a military barracks. So they should be able to recruit quite a bit of troops out of this. The big thing though is money. They probably don't have that much money. But most of their areas are pretty secure. If they are building up the town over here. So hopefully they build something good. If they can secure this, that would be nice. Push the Russian Navy out and just keep that going at least for the time, so it gives... like send a soldier to stand in there, just so it gives the region wealth and wealth creation. It does that, and then it apparently catches a bit of fish as well. So, since then, since the army moved over there and kind of created a buffer state, and the fact that the Russians have moved away means that I'm moving now at full force, trying to move over here. We had a change happen over here. So you remember there was a broken down Ottoman army? That has actually moved back, which has made me a little bit concerned that the Ottomans are rearming, or they're rebuilding troops and stuff, that they kind of reactivated themselves. So I am gonna go ahead and recruit a load of troops here, and we're gonna start initiate my plan called Cuck the Ottomans, by basically making sure that I place troops in all these locations, in all these small towns, keeping them forever burned, and then containing whatever army or they have there, and then kind of constantly going for sieging it, and then not sieging it, and back and forth like that. Down in Greece, hopefully I will be able to move out here pretty soon. I actually checked, and I don't need that many, it's not that many more turns before Putney can move in, and he can actually move towards accomplishing my goal of starting to, I think, rather than sending him north in dealing with the Italians, I think we're gonna concentrate on getting rid of the threat from behind the Ottomans. So we're gonna keep them under lock and key, as it were, as best as we can. Then as we go north, I've moved my troops back just to pick up those iron regiments, but also we're gonna recruit some troops for this army. The Italians, they're moving all over the place. There's been, over here has been quite a big change. So we got one full stack ready to assault Venice, and then we've got two stacks coming down from Innsbruck. We've got this small one setting up. It's not actually moving in to burn the harbor, which I'm not sure why it's not. But we can expect kind of a big battle going on over here. Same time, I am now one step away. So Mizik is one step away from attacking Rome. There's a full stack there though, but I think I made the right choice by not going this route. As we can see, there's actually a troop there. They don't have a proper general. I'm hoping they don't have artillery, which should make it a lot easier for me. So I've got a half stack, old style infantry, veteran though, compared to these Italians. These Italians are also actually old. Well, it's a mix of old and I'm actually hoping that we get to do Rome today rather than Venice. I'm not so interested in keeping defense. One thing though has also happened. We have finally actually got an aircraft. So now we can spy on the enemy from the high skies. What I think we're going to do, where we're going to use it, is I want to figure out a little bit just what's going on up here. Beyond that, we could go ahead and spy on the Ottomans just to see what they're doing. Then there's lots of possibilities, but I really want to see what's happening to the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So what we're going to do is we're going to first take our aircraft here and spy on what they're doing. Oh, so they have full stack here. No Italians close by. Still old style infantry for these armies. Let's head over more towards Vienna. Oh! We've got an Austrian full stack. Two, actually. We've got one Archduke up there. Joseph. And then we have another Archduke. Joseph as well. But they spelled the difference is to spell it. This one is spells it with a PH and this one's with an F. So our aircraft, our wonderful little rickety Serbian aircraft, is moving in, and we can see that there might be, you know, because I have moved in and kind of set the Italians astray, the Austro-Hungarians might retake Vienna. I'm surprised they didn't revolt. But I guess, you know what? I shouldn't have burnt the college. The college gives... How much minus does that give? Climate for Reform 1. I'm pretty sure it's higher in other... No, it won. I'm pretty sure it's higher usually. So it's only 1 point. Okay, so that wouldn't have changed that much. Oh, I noticed there's starving here. Food shortage. But we're getting an agricultural boost though. Probably the Ukrainian breadbasket is kicking in. Well, they're not actually... They're starving. The Ukrainians are starving. We're not though. I don't know where all the... There's food... There was food shortage, but now we almost get a % in growth. That's quite a lot. So, right. That's interesting actually that we know this. I thought the Austrians were kind of out of the game almost. They lost their capital, but they've got one... I mean, we can see 3 full stacks. More or less. For 4, if you count all the troops here. So they have a chance. And it seems like they are focusing on retaking their capital rather than going after me, which is also great. And also, by looking at the position here, we can see that the Italians have no troops to spare to actually send south. Unless they've got troops hidden here and more stacks going here. Could actually bring the plane around this way after that, because the Italians have been moving a lot of troops through the Alps here. So we should have the plane pass through here to kind of figure out what's going on. In other news, not so much, so why don't we just go ahead and end turn, figure out where the enemy is going to strike us. Are they going to attack Rome? No, are they going to attack Venice, I should say? Or are we going to be allowed to attack Rome, and that's going to be today's battle? Let's go ahead and find out, shall we? The Italians laid siege to Venice, but they did not actually attack. Also, we've got a researcher here in Serbia. I don't know if we have quite a lot of researchers. We should send him to another college. Where do I have? I have one down in Greece. That's probably the closest one in Sparta. Rather than go... this one's... let's see. 1, 2, 3... 4 turns, maybe. Oh, it's the same. No, this one actually is just... yeah, that's closer. We're gonna send him over there. Bada bing, bada boom. Path blocked. For who? Oh, there's a Russian full stack down now. Damn. We're gonna move to the bridge. If the Russians want to cross, they'll have to cross the bridge. Venice being besieged. Technology. So we researched implementation of super dreadnoughts. And then we're going for aerial reconnaissance. We've got airplanes, and they're gonna go after diesel engines next. Troops recruited, 3 units in Greece. And the researcher. Now they're quite happy here. I wonder if we're gonna leave all the reservists and then move out. Yes! Oh, we can move. We can move. So with no delay, let's move to have him once again attack the Ottomans. I note here we move rather slow, so we're gonna go ahead and upgrade the rail network. Should probably maybe recruit some extra troops in the capital. Go for another full stack. Wipe these guys out and move on the enemy. Add on some troops over here. Possibly. Let's we build more in the capital. More troops for the capital. How about 2 combat engineers, 2 iron regiments, 2 normal infantry. We need artillery. Let's get a light howitzer. Maybe a field gun. No, light howitzer. Railguns. They blow up a lot of stuff. Snipers? No, thank you. Right, let's go ahead and take a look with the aircraft here. Most of the Austro-Hungarian troops actually moved back. But I'm not too interested in them, I'm more interested in the Italians. So we can't see... oh, there's an Austro-Hungarian army. There's actually 2 of them. Don't know their strength. Interesting that they are actually in German territory. Planning to... there's not a lot of them though. It's back to 1 full stack. They could actually move back. Oh, they've repaired it. And yeah, it calls 1 clamor for reform. That's not a lot. It's very unlikely they're gonna move south. I don't know if I should rush here to support this area. Also, the cargo ships. How far until my cargo ships are ready? So 1... and then the next, and then 5 turns, and then I've got all of them. I'll be able to spam coal, and we'll make tons of money. But it looks as though we're actually gonna do the Battle of Rome. They have 3 mortars, 1 old field gun, 1 machine gun, French style. Then they've got, let's see, 4, 5, 6 old infantry units, 2 marines, 1 of these bersaglieri. And then what's this? Oh, it's a new infantry battalion. And then 2 of those. King's Guard, 3 units of light cavalry. In total, 2,400 men against our 1,500. We've got more heavy artillery than them, though. And that's going to be key. And then I would say my troops are more veteran, but it's not that much better. Cavalry is going to be wiped out, so they're not really a factor. So we can almost remove them, meaning there's only about 500 men difference, of course. If it isn't that the AI suddenly discovers really clever cavalry tactics. Anyways, let's go ahead and attack and take Rome. And here we are, 20 minutes into the battle. The enemy has not actually made a play to move at all until I moved up to them, which is what we're seeing right now. We're engaging part of their army, while the rest of it just stands there. I've run into this Napoleon Total War bug before, where when we've played Napoleon Total War 3, but I don't think I've ever... Have I? Yeah, maybe I've run into it in this. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Because I've had the same thing happen in Napoleon Total War 3, where the army kind of just stands there. Normally though, if you shoot enough onto them, they kind of wake up and start moving. This does not seem to be the case this time around. So that kind of definitely spoils the battle. Like there's no battle to be had because the enemy refuses to fight. I lost a unit, or it fled off the field. I don't think it actually was completely killed. I moved a unit up thinking I would shoot at them, they would kind of get activated and they would move on me in a stronger... Oh, there we go. The entire army just dissolved. What is wrong with Italy? Why do you not want to defend your capital? Really odd battle, this one. I guess we'll do the Battle of Venice then. This saves me a lot of time, of course. I'll be able to do 2 battles in one video. So yeah, really odd battle. Don't know what to say about it. Stuff like this happens sometimes. And yeah, on to the Battle of Venice. Here's the result of that battle. So we defeated their army completely, only losing 351 men. Here's the unit that I said that lost so many. I moved them forward to go ahead and kind of lure the enemy into start acting, but they didn't. So, kind of odd. Artillery did the most, of course, because they were firing more or less constantly at just an enemy standing there for target practice. And with that, we've taken Rome. It's going to be very unlikely, though, that we hold it. Peacefully occupy. I am kinda... The thing is, looting it only gives me 17,000, which isn't that much. It will reduce the region wealth. Region wealth was pretty bad to begin with, actually, in Rome. Only 5,000. We will peacefully occupy. We are no barbarians. We will not be known as the ones coming in burning Rome. Probably won't be able to hold it. Why can't I get infantry? Oh yeah, because the barracks is 2 turns. Is it even worth it? Do I even have time? We might be better just to spam reservists. Quite a few of them. Can't get machine gun. We'll get tons of reservists. Oh, they have nothing in Naples? Maybe I should have just burnt Rome and then moved on to Naples. I thought it said it only had 5,000. Here it clearly says it has 12,000. That's quite a lot more. And that means that my income, it doesn't actually increase that much. I did get another college there. Oh, and because I got well upgraded administration buildings, that pushes my technology forward, so we can get like foreign recruitment, capitalism, increased unionization. Actually good, because that made a lot of happiness for the proletariat. Scrap drives. Actually, we should do increased unionization. That's probably the number 1, because that gives us a load of happiness. Good. Now we've got Rome, kind of an unexpected side quest there. The Serbian Empire is sprawling at the moment. It's all over the place. Right, let's go ahead and do the Battle of Venice and hope that this one is a proper fight. We don't have a general. It's going to be difficult. They have loads of mortars, loads of cavalry, loads of infantry. Let's just fight it out, shall we? And the battle is about to kick off. We've got forward movements by the Italians. Cavalry is moving in. We've also started an artillery duel. I've lost 4 crewmen, but so far so good. Similar artillery firing back and forth on each other. First line being manned by reservists. Second line is the old style infantry. This one is even overlooking the first line. Could probably actually fire over it if the enemy came that close. Made a hole in the trench for machine guns. And as you can see, the second line goes through here. We get 2 units of armed citizenry. I've set up 1 in the town hall and 1 in this house behind. Both got loads of firing ports to fire out of. So we should get quite a bit of fire support out of these. Cavalry, 2 units being slaughtered. A third one over here, slaughtered by machine guns. The enemy's got a lot of mortars though, and a lot of artillery. So far I've actually lost 6 men out of my battery. They have, however, lost 10 men out of their battery, and they have... I think they were trying to limber their artillery, but they've kind of bugged out because I guess I killed one of the limbers just as they were about to set up or move the artillery piece. I should focus in on some of the mortars then, because they have loads. Maybe too many. I could send my general over to maybe take out these. These ones would be harder because... No, I can actually round the impossible terrain and get out in that way. These guys I would have to go around all of town, so let's actually focus in on that. More cavalry. It's the 3rd Rifle Cavalry Regiment. What do we have here? I should try... Bersagli... No, why am I saying ugly? Bersaglieri. Bersaglieri. The guy with the funny hat. Pizza guy with funny hat. That's what we call him. Now their infantry is moving in. They're actually firing back at a rather strange angle, but they are firing back. So this is a definite improvement over their last battle. So I'm not entirely sure what it is that kind of breaks it down like that. I think what it was... You know what it is in Napoleon Total War 3 is that you can't have forts. Or you can't fight at forts, but I think you can still build them. Or something like that. And they've changed forts in this mod to airfields. But I thought they would have... maybe just in the files that I've gotten here, because I believe they actually fixed that. But it might have been reverted in... Since I'm getting a load of like smaller updates and stuff like that, I can imagine how, you know, problems might arise through that. I'm gonna go ahead, I think we're gonna aim at these guys. Machine gun, tearing down these. Italians putting down quite a bit of fire. But we've got really good cover. Mortar are gonna be the bane though. Oh, completely missed over here. Let's get a quick cavalry charge going in here before we lose too many men. Enemy lances. Okay, we're gonna pull out. Pull out. We kind of upset the units though, so at least they're not firing anymore. The general survived. Oh, we've lost quite a bit of crew on the machine guns. Aim towards the rifles. And this reserve unit's not doing too hot. These mortar pieces needs to be taken out. These crews just abandoned their mortars. Or maybe not. They're actually rolling forwards on their own. But the way they're moving, I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna actually target them with a machine gun just in case they decide to retreat. Cavalry can move up again a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look. They're doing fine, but they've lost half the unit over there. These guys are doing good. These as well. This one's okay. Machine gun has lost a lot of crew, but they're doing okay. Italians doing a charge together with the mortar crew. Seems like a waste. Let's make sure that none of these have put on fire at will, so we shoot each other in the back. I can move up my own general. Maybe, since there's a Lancer unit, I can actually shoot them down with my general. Or maybe I should do a wider turn and go for their artillery. That's actually better. And they would lose a lot of, like, power out of that. The Italians have been firing a lot over here. Should target this unit. Machine guns now focusing over here. This unit should be replaced. Let's move forward the old unit. Actually do that on both places. And have the reservists retreat to second line. So we do a little bit of a switcheroo over there. You can order you to charge in. Let's see, fire the mortar instead, I think. Break them down. What's that? Oh, it's infantry. Italians moving forward. Should suffering higher casualties now. These guys are veteraned and have a lot higher accuracy. Plus the Italians at this point are very severely cut down. With the morale, they took what a morale hit, but they lost a lot of men out of those mortar shots. My artillery isn't hitting. This is a hard time hitting these. I'm gonna aim at the ground right in the middle of that. My general now moving in. Yeah, it's probably the general. He's been running around all over the place. Commanding officer taking out their enemy artillery. Lots of Italian troops are retreating. Big part of the line is not actually in the fight, so what we're going to do is we're going to move out the troops over here. We're going to start flanking what's left of the Italian force. Mostly saved by the fact of the houses over here, more so than anything else. There's a lot of dead Italians over here. I didn't get to show you guys the other light, like mountain infantry. They've got a pretty special hat as well. Not as special as this one, but since we'll be fighting the Italians for quite a while, we'll probably run into some more of them. Got a pretty cool alpine hat. The Italians are making a push, just as I am making a push with the reservists here. You know, maybe I should focus in my fire on these units instead. Actually, this one. Because once the infantry is gone, I can just push forward with the infantry. And now the hill kind of slopes down. If I'm bold, I can do like this. Can bring up the old infantry, and we can fire over each other. I think we should be able to do that. as it slopes down here. So we should be able to fire overhead. Maybe I even tell them to fire at the unit further away. Let's come on. Die already. Let's see. I might actually be firing at my own troops here. The elevation might not have been good enough. Let's move forward even further. Yeah, look, kinda looks like there's troops in the back that got shot. But I think that was because mostly we were aiming at the unit that was too close. And now the rifles are retreating. And now these infantries are retreating as well. And now we should make our push towards this area. So one mortar is functioning over there, while they still have 5 over here. As they're now moving up the infantry, I'm gonna move up my general. I think if he gets the shots, gets the right kind of shots off on that Lancer unit, he'll definitely be able to kill them off. I'm pretty sure the Italians will retreat any second now. They only have 100 men here left. Not good enough, they only got 3 Lancers. And I think if the Lancers did charge, they would kill my general. That was better. Let's see, can we get another shot? Oh! Point blank! Let's just charge through the enemy general. Because the battle is over. He's running. Oh no, our guy died. Not sure how, because I mean, the enemy general was in full retreat there. We are victorious now, and we have defended Venice. However, what we could see is we definitely need to boost the defenses here, given the amount of enemy troops that are coming this way. There's at least 2 more full stacks, so really need to start pumping out infantry in this region. Probably bring over the army that I have in Croatia. Here's the result of that battle. I lost 700 men roughly out of my 2,000 men army. The enemy deployed about 2,700, in which they lost 2,500, leaving 200 men. Highest killers on my side, field gun followed by reservist. And then the reservists, of course the reservists were in the front ranks, so no surprise there. Machine gun did pretty poorly, 224, I'd think, given the ample targets they had in front of themselves, they would have done better. Also pretty surprised that the Home Guard managed to kill as many as they did. 85 for one of them and 35 for the other. And they were quite far back, but there were a cavalry unit that were coming in on the flank. I completely missed it, but I guess he died somewhere in town, and that accounts for those kills. Good. Then we've saved Venice for now anyways. I am already recruiting troops. Should be recruiting more though. I can only kinda get 2 more. Maybe we need extra troops quickly, because the next force is coming very soon. Should get artillery, so I should, next time around I'll go ahead and rebuild that. Get 2 more units. Nice! Should probably move this army over here. I don't think the Italians gonna make a push through here. Even what we can do, we'll move the machine gun. It's better off being used defensive work, and we'll move the army over here to support. Good. Building over there. Yes, everything's going kind of good now. For now, anyways. So I think we'll end it here. Yes. As I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.